Alright guys, time to do something a little different for just for Halloween here. Maybe I'll do this every once in a while. Instead of watching a movie, taking notes during it, and then doing a video and stuff, I'm just going to watch this movie here and just pause it whenever I have the usual shit I have to say, and it'll be a fun little experiment. So 2004, Satan's Little Helper, directed by Jeff Lieberman. This I don't think this guy's done anything else besides like a science fiction movie from like 1988. That's like basically it. And I wish he would do more because this is such a original idea in a movie. Like I saw this not when it came out, but maybe like a few years right after that, 2007, 2008, something like that. And what a blast. It was so much fun watching that for the first time. I haven't seen this in a few years. So this is definitely going to be a fun watch. So let's watch Satan's Little Helper. So we got Dougie, who's this young kid who's... I like the opening of this, like with the whole little video game that he's playing. And he's wearing like this devil mask. The eye holes are so fucking small on this. Like if he's complaining he's losing at the game, he should fucking take the mask off and like vastly improve his visibility so he can be a lot better at this game. Stop bitching, fucking little Dougie. We don't give a shit about you losing your game. But cool with the whole footage of the game and stuff cut in while they're driving and everything. And then we hear that from the mom that Dougie's sister is coming in to spend Halloween with him. So let's see what happens next. The score is great too, like so far. Like the opening score, really enjoying it. Awesome stuff. Oh, and this the mother is fucking hideous. Like just had to add that in. I mean, she's sweet and she's a really sweet mom, but she's like ugly as all hell. Like, all right, so I remember the sister, and this is back when I saw this. All right, so I remember she was sexy as shit. Like really. I don't know how old she is now in this movie, so I can't say that now. But cool girl. But yeah, sister just arrived. Nope, she's a theater major, so yeah, she's fucking gorgeous. The sister here, just had to add that in. And apparently, there's like this incest thing going on, like that Dougie wants to marry his sister, like his much older sister. I don't remember this at all. I don't get it. Like, so I don't know. We'll report on that later when if that turns into anything. But it's kind of fucking weird. Like as we're starting here, the film does have a very good atmosphere to it, though. Like, and it feels very Halloweeny, Halloweeny. Halloweenish, like it really does. So, which is why I wanted to watch this one today on Halloween. But yeah, the Halloween atmosphere is great in this, and just the overall atmosphere is great. Just the autumn feel to it, and if my memory serves me correctly, the atmosphere gets even better when it gets to nighttime, when they actually go trick or treating with when the kids going with Satan around. So looking forward to that because the I remember it being really good atmosphere at nighttime. Now, like, if you had a brother or a son that was this obsessed with like finding Satan and just obsessed with Satan in general, it's time to call at least a doctor, right? Like, really? Like, I mean, yeah, it's like it's Halloween in the movie, but it seems like he's like obsessed with Satan like year round. Like it doesn't seem like it's just a Halloween thing because he has the whole game that he plays. I doubt it's a game that just releases for the Halloween for this one day and then it's gone. So I'm pretty sure he's been playing this for a while. So time to call like at least a shrink, right, for your kid to talk to. But maybe if they did, he wouldn't go wandering off with a fucking stranger serial killer wearing a creepy ass mask. But definitely at least should get some therapy because that's just not normal in my eyes. Like for this kid to be obsessed with finding Satan. But it's a kid. They're all fucking stupid. Mom tries dressing daughter like a whore for Halloween, and I couldn't be happier about it. Now, the mask in this movie is so great. Like, what a great design for this mask. It looks so creepy. It looks like Satan. Like it like it looks fucking pure evil. Like, this is such an underrated mask in a horror film. Like, you never hear it brought up when people talk about like the scariest masks and killer masks and stuff like that in horror. You never hear the mask from Satan's Little Helper. It looks so good. And then when he props up the dead body, the first his first victim, I guess, for the evening, for Halloween Eve or Halloween evening, when he's propping it up next to the scarecrow, really cool stuff. Like, he looks so just evil. Like, he looks so fucking good. Like, it's really effective how they designed the mask. Awesome stuff. Yeah, the daughter's Halloween costume is fucking stupid. Like, gorgeous. Like, 100%. And just the rest of the design of Satan, I guess, just like with the suit, like the thick suit on him, gray suit, and the hair that comes down, just so cool. The design is so awesome on him. I can't say it enough. And this kid, yeah, definitely needs therapy. And the video game Satan's Little Helper that he's playing, starting to kind of want that game. Kind of really want to check that game out and see. It looks fucking fun. Like, it really does. Like, so I want to. Maybe they made a game like when this movie came out, like to coincide with it. That would be fucking sweet, right? I'm gonna check that out because I want to be Satan's Little Helper too, for like 100%. So that game looks fucking awesome. What's really effective about this movie is the fact that this is grounded in a bit of reality. Like, this could happen. And, like, has it ever happened? I've never heard of it in the news or something, but I'm sure it could have happened before. That you can just have a naive kid like this, who's obsessed with Satan, meet this serial killer on Halloween that's wearing a mask, blends in with everybody else trick-or-treating and stuff, and end up being taken along with by a serial killer. Like, it actually could happen. It's very improbable, and like I said, if it ever has happened, I'm sure it's so fucking rare. But it's pretty cool. Just the idea of that. And it's a pretty scary thought. Thinking that, like, your kid could be out there on Halloween trick-or-treating, and you don't know who they might meet. Like, not even just some stranger or a pedophile. Like, just meet a serial killer and just take him along for the ride. Really, really, I love that. That's a great little idea and concept to explore here. The mom doesn't see the son with the serial killer, with Satan, in the backyard through the window and shit while she's, like, doing dishes and looking out the window multiple times. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? That's so stupid that she doesn't see them at all. She doesn't catch her vision above her one bit, that she sees her son outside with just some fucking stranger in a mask. Come on. Like, that's so fucking dumb. I don't know what's wrong with this kid, honestly, because he says to Satan that he brings him down to the cellar, and he says, I come down here all the time. Like, I can make all the noise I want. So this kid hangs out in this creepy-ass cellar, like, on his own, like, all the time. And what does he do? That, like, all the noise he's making. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, any of that. Like, that's so fucking weird. Like, that's so strange. It keeps getting darker outside, so I have to keep putting the line up a bit. It is kind of cool, though, that, like, if this serial killer does, like, get caught, he can blame it all on this kid. Like, he really can. Like, he could blame most of this stuff on the kid. And just be like, I don't know, this kid, like, playing a game and stuff. I was playing along, but, like, I didn't know he was really actually killing these people. Like, he could completely pin it on this kid, like, so far. Which is, for me, fucking hysterical. That Just, no, yeah, it was the fucking little kid. He was the one that was killing everybody. Are you sure? And the kid could be like, and the kid's just going to admit it. He's going to admit it immediately because he even refers to the cellar as hell, where he hangs out all the time. He hangs out in hell all the time and makes all the noise that he wants. So, easily, if they were to like both get taken in for questioning, they would have been like, was it you who was killing all these people? And he would be like, yeah, we were playing Satan's little helper. And fucking, like, abso-fucking-lutely. Like, that's the type of kid this is. Like, this kid's an idiot. Like, he's a cute kid, but he's fucking stupid. And he would fucking incriminate himself immediately and just admit to everything. So, not a bad idea for a serial killer to take this kid under his wing and make him complicit with him. Satan likes sniffing panties. There's a side note, like the sister bites her nails, and it's like a little thing they've referenced like twice already. I've been the same way since like 5 years old, so like almost 30 years. Like I bite my nails like crazy. Fucking, it's such a bad habit. Anybody else have a nail biting habit? Like, I wonder if there's some correlation between people who have that. Because since 5 years old, haven't been able to stop. Just a little thing, figure I'd throw in there because they keep talking about her and fucking biting her nails. Who the fuck is dressing up as fucking Saddam Hussein on Halloween and not expecting to get the living shit kicked out of him? Like, really? Like, that's like if someone dressed up as Osama bin Laden. Like, and this is 2004, so just a few years after 9/11. Someone, at least in New York, where I'm from, someone was dressed up like Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein or fucking Mussolini or Hitler. They are getting almost killed, if not killed, that night. Like 1,000 fucking percent. These motherfuckers that dress up like this are absolutely getting murdered, or just the living shit kicked out of them, like 100%. So that was just fucking ridiculous, like absolutely. All right, so the whole scene from when Dougie is trying to get his sister's boyfriend killed by Satan, and then he just drags him off, and he just starts like with like Michael Myers from like Halloween remake strength, and starts just taking him and slamming him repeatedly into the wall, into like the brick fucking side of the building over and over again, and just fucking carries his body off and puts him on the porch with the pitchfork on him. And then the cat, when he takes the cat, he just smashes it against the fucking door, and the blood, he just like the cat explodes, and he starts writing boo. And then the family comes by, and they're like, "Can we take a picture?" And he poses with the fucking dead corpse, and with the boo in the background from the cat's blood. You guys know how much I bitch about cat jump scares, and how much I hate cats in horror movies. I'm not saying I'd like to see a cat die, like, in real life, but just seeing that just now made me so happy. Like, so fucking happy to just see a cat just exploded. 100%. Like, no cat jump scares in this fucking movie. Like, no, this is cat death. We're gonna fucking destroy these cats before they can get out there and jump scare people for no fucking reason. Absolutely awesome, that whole sequence. So we can add like fucking attempted rape or molesting into the charges here. That Satan and fucking Dougie would both be charged with. Obviously not the kid, but still, in my fucking funny timeline here, that's what's happening. So with he's fucking pretending to be the sister's boyfriend, and God, her tits are stupendous in this movie. Like, so happy that she turned out being overage, like, for sure, because I did not remember how old she was, like, back when I saw this movie and thought she was gorgeous. But that whole fucking scene with her, like, he ends up, like, going down on her, but, like, he has a mask on, so, like, but she's clearly getting turned on somehow. But, yeah, we can add sexual assault to the fucking murder charges and all that shit, too. Absolutely hysterical, this movie. No one has ever fucking, like, no one realizes that this boyfriend has never acted like this ever, like, before. Like, before this fucking night. That he's taking this prank this far, trying to upskirt, take a shot of a picture of the mom, and like throwing fucking the sister around, and they think that they don't for a second think that, like, this is a fucking stranger, like, this is not fucking the boyfriend. No one has that thought. That's so fucking stupid. Like, really, nobody thinks this. I don't understand that. Like, not, I don't buy it for a fucking second. Like, not one bit. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. Mom says that she's out of dollar bills because apparently she's a fucking stripper. I don't know. I just thought of that. I had to throw that there too. And I mean, obviously, like, the most hideous stripper there is. Because, like I said, she's a dog, this fucking mom. But still, stripper, nonetheless. Have you ever heard anyone call the grocery the grocers? I have never heard that phrase or that term used for grocery store. Ever. Has anybody else ever heard that? Because I've never heard anybody utter that word. Ever. So that was very strange just now. Hearing her tell the Dougie to go to the grocers. That sounds so weird to me. Like, let me know if that's, like, I don't know, like a state or regional thing in the United States that we don't have here on the East Coast, because there is no fucking grocers. Nor does anybody fucking talk like that. So let me know. That's fucking weird. I love when they're shopping and Satan's like grabbing all like killing utensils and stuff like off the shelves, and the kid's like, is that for like tying people up and killing them and ripping their guts out? And then like it's just like shakes his head like excitedly. That's just hilarious. And this movie is such like a great dark comedy horror, like dark horror comedy or horror dark comedy. One of those combinations, but it's great at mixing that dark humor, like with the. I wouldn't even say there's horror really in this movie. Like, this is more just a straight up dark comedy, for sure. Like, has like no absolute like actual horror in it, but it's such a fun watch for sure. And apparently people can just walk out of a grocery store and steal shit, and the grocery store will not call the police or anything like that. They'll just be confused, chase you out the store, and then just watch you walk away. So apparently in this town, it's a great place for serial killing, and it's a great place for abducting children, and it's a great place for fucking molesting people, and it's also a great place just to do pretty much anything and break any law that there is in this town that they're in. So absolutely hysterical. Yo, when he was just pushing him around in the shopping cart, and and Dougie's like, look, a pregnant lady, and he starts wheeling her, and he just smashes into the pregnant woman, and she goes flying over the car. Oh, I'm dying from that. That is so fucking funny. Oh god, that's funny shit. Now, of course, he's just a kid, and he's just a naive kid. Gullible, impressionable, but if there's something I bitch about, I've said this once on the channel, but there's something I bitch about all the time in life, talking to people and friends and stuff, is just overpopulation. It's just the biggest issue that stems down into every other issue on the planet, from fucking lack of food and lack of work and then just disease, everything has to do with there's too many fucking people in the world. Now, this is going to sound terrible, but this is the type of kid that, like, you just have to realize he's a stupid kid. Like, let's be honest. Like, this kid is not, he's not playing with a full deck. They have to be sent off to an island somewhere. Like, all the ones that like aren't the shiniest coins in your pocket, you know, like have to get just sent to be with themselves and be with each other. Like I know this sounds terrible, but you wouldn't be having this scenario happening if this kid was on an island and not like in society where he can be bringing a serial killer around and a whole bunch of people are getting murdered on Halloween night. Just food for thought. Like there's just some that don't make it. You know, there's just some that are just they don't have it, and this kid just doesn't have it. Or he just doesn't have the intelligence and common sense that like most kids would have in this situation. So ship him off he goes. And now an old woman is hanging dead because of both of their actions. So you ask me which is worse. Sending a child to go live on an island where he can be with like-minded children and not cause harm to society, or having a fucking old woman be hung from her fucking house. And don't give me the whole, oh, she's old and it's a child thing and the time difference. Time has nothing to do with it. Which is worse? The answer are both are terrible. And if you picked one or the other, you're a terrible fucking person too. Let's continue with the movie, shall we? The boyfriend's dad's girlfriend? What a fucking ass on her. Like, damn, man. I didn't even know who these people were for a second. And then I figured, I said, oh, it's the dad, his girlfriend, or new wife, or whoever she is. But, Jesus, what a body on her. Him bashing the father's girlfriend or whatever against the wall, and then throwing the father out the glass front door. Awesome. Like, so good. So funny. Him mixing the candy with fucking drugs, with pills, is fucking hilarious. Like, that's a brilliant plan for a serial killer on Halloween night. Get some kid to start sprinkling fucking whatever the hell drug that is all over the candy, and then just passing that out to people, and just you can have just a mass fucking massacre. Like, a mass fucking just complete master plan to kill off like a whole town. Great idea, Satan. Like, he's Satan for a reason, right? Like, for sure. So this Satan gets arrested, and then this crazy fucking guy runs up to Alex, the boyfriend, and starts saying that it's anarchy and that, like, 3 cops were just murdered and that there's only 2 left on the island. Like, I don't know where this takes place, but, like, they only have 5 police officers. Like, I want to know how big this island is, because it's possible for sure, but I really want to know where they are, because that it still sounds like a little like bullshit that they only have 5 police officers, especially on Halloween night. So I wonder if they ever say where it takes place. I don't think they do, but bullshit, 100%. And this bitch seriously hasn't asked her boyfriend to take this fucking mask off right now, or it's done. You're never getting pussy again. This relationship's over. Like, nothing like this. Come on, really? Like, it's been like fucking like 30 minutes or so that he's been pretending to be the boyfriend, and she still is just going along with this as him just being a fucking prankster on Halloween. Get the fuck out of here. That makes no sense at all. There's no chance she's going this long. Like, at all. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't know. That's fucking... This mom is wearing this whole, like, cornucopia on her head. Like, this woman is way too into, like... Trust me, you can't be way too into Halloween. But, like, going around your house with a huge-ass fake fucking, like... whatever the fuck that is, a whole bunch of fruit and shit on her head... That's where you gotta draw the line and check yourself into some type of hospital, because that's just not normal one bit. With him screaming out to Satan to come rip his dad's guts out, then he actually like stabs him and starts ripping and pulling his entrails out and stuff. Awesome. Like, the effects don't look great, like, by any means. They look alright, but just that whole scene is great. Like, 100%. And it took that for them to finally realize that that's not Alex in the costume, having their fucking father / husband murdered. And then the kid actually feels really bad, and he's like, I didn't mean it. And stuff. This is why you'll end up on the island, because apparently he ain't going to be able to live with this shit for the rest of his life, that he had his Satan friend kill his father. So he's going to enjoy it on the island. He's going to want to get away from all this stuff. So don't give me shit about the stuff earlier with the island. And then there's the two cops in the car that both have saran wrap over their faces. And that's how they were killed. Like, they weren't, like, stabbed first. There is no sign of blood. There is no way that Satan was able to saran wrap one of their faces and suffocate them to death without the other cop just blowing him away. Like, repeatedly, over and over again. Just shooting him to fucking death. There's not a fucking chance that would ever happen. Unless, the only way it would is, like I said, like, if he stabbed both of them first and then, like, started saran wrapping their head just, like, right after that. But there is no blood at all. There is no other harm done to them or wounds that we see. They're just both suffocated with saran wrap. No fucking way did that happen just now. Not at all. But him driving around with the mom with the fucking fruit on her head, like with her mouth saran wrapped, is fucking hilarious. Like, 100%. That is some funny shit. And then they're saying that it could be this guy, Billy Flaren. So, like, he was in the paper and, like, he burnt some building down that he was known for, like, burning shit down. And that's what happened in the police department. And Bell Island is the name of the island that they're on. So, again, I don't know what the fuck that means or where that is. Bell Island could be anywhere in the world. So, I still have no idea how big this island is and why there's only 5 cops on it. But, I don't know. Definitely still far-fetched. Yeah, so the mom's, like, completely saran wrapped from the nose all the way down the mouth, all the way down the body. There is no way she's walking around like this. Like, she suffocated long ago. Like, there's no chance that he's bringing her into this party and they're pretending and, like, they don't know what's going on and thinking that it's a costume and what's with the duct tape or the tape and shit like that. Yeah, she's fucking dead. She's been dead for a long, long while now. And on top of that, none of the friends there and stuff, like, say anything about that. They say, like, yo, like, you can't have, like, your nose and mouth saran wrapped around. You're gonna die. Like... None of them say this to her, like, at all. None of them say that, like what are you doing to yourself, like, and start ripping it off her face. Like, no one. Come on, like, they're looking right at her. They made note of the saran wrap all around her. They don't say that, like, you're gonna die. Like, that was fucking hilarious. Like, absolutely fucking ridiculous. All right, that whole. This whole scene, apparently they show Satan putting a strip of tape over her nose or saran wrap, whatever the fuck it is, so she didn't have it over her nose like earlier, but from those shots it really looks like her nose is covered too, like, seriously. So, like, don't fucking blame me. It absolutely looked like she had her nose and mouth covered and should be dead. But then that whole scene of when he puts the tape over her nose and, like, it just goes on for way too long with the music's cool. The score that's playing in that scene, really cool. And she falls to the ground and the daughter's there in the chicken costume or the duck costume. She's trying to help her. And then she's like, does anyone have any nails? Because she's a nail biter. Fucking awesome. That's brilliant. That's great fucking writing right there. And then one of the other people says, like, no, sorry. Like, awesome writing. Like, awesome stuff. Really cool shot after he says, when Satan says to the boyfriend, well, he doesn't say anything, but the boyfriend says to Satan that he thinks that it's his father, and then he just takes the gun and shoots himself in the hand and stuff. But after that, like, when they pull up and Satan's just standing there by the tree, like, in front of the car, awesome shot. That looks really, really cool. So they see the father's face under the mask, and they think that it's the boyfriend's father. And then the Dougie, in his stupid trusting ways again, and Jesus knocks on the door, and fucking it's Satan, obviously, and he doesn't talk at all either. And this kid thinks that now Jesus and God is here to save the day. Like, island, like, again, gotta be shipped off. And then she puts it together that it wasn't really the boyfriend's father, and asks Dougie, like, were you guys at a brick house, and that he threw some guy out a window, and it's not a window, it was the front door. So you're wrong, Dougie. Get better on your fucking memories. But awesome, like, so funny. Like, this is such a fun watch. It always is. The blonde with the, like, her nipple, like her breasts have cuts all around it, and then like a happy face like going like by her belly button, like on her belly. That looks really cool, actually. Like, the effects, they're not any like big effects or anything like that, but it looks cool. Cool little shot to that. So I just realized that the mom is Honey Bunny from Pulp Fiction, Amanda Plummer. Just realized it. Like, they had a lot more, like, at the end here, like when they just killed Jesus, but it's really the boyfriend put in that costume. I was looking at her face and I was like, damn, man, like, she really aged in 10 years from 94 Pulp Fiction to, what, 10 years later to this, 2004? Unless they just made her down for this movie, but oh, she looks brutal in this movie. But cool scene with them killing Jesus, quote unquote. And a helicopter shows up, and we find out one of the cops show up, and one of the cops comes up to Dougie, and turns out being Satan in a cop costume with a terrible looking mask. Like, they don't see this person's face and say this isn't a fucking police officer, this is another guy wearing a mask. But I mean, then right after that we get cool closing lines with the daughter saying, like, Mom, like, why doesn't he talk? And then Dougie saying he just wants Satan to get him or something like that. Overall, it's a fun watch. There's some pacing issues. There are, like, for sure. Like, it's an hour and 40 minutes long. I feel like they could have cut 15 minutes from the movie, and it would have been just as fine. So a little long, a little bit of pacing issues throughout, but it's a blast. It's as much fun as I remember the other times watching it. So awesome stuff with Satan's Little Helper. And this was the first little watch and discuss video, I guess, which I just kind of thought up on the spot. So if you guys enjoyed this little way of doing things, and maybe I'll do this once in a while, just watch the film and just pause it and make a comment or go off on tangents like I usually do just while I'm watching the movie. So I'm going to try to have another one like this for one more Halloween themed movie that is a classic also. And then Halloween, John Carpenter's at 7 p.m. live stream with Mike at The Real Fifth Beatle and Cheetah, and hopefully whoever else wants to jump on. So see you guys in a little bit. Happy Halloween. Hope it's going great for everyone.